Hello everybody, I, Dr. Sanjay Dangi, Assistant Professor of English and at Nakiram Sharma, Government College Rohtak. Today, in this video, I will tell you or teach you something about parts of speech. I hope you will enjoy it. Well, as we all know that when we speak or converse with each other, or deliver a lecture or a speech, we use sentences to convey our message or idea. A sentence is made of a group of words. These words are of different kinds according to their essence. So, now question is, what is a part of speech? Dear students, please think of it. What is a part of speech? Okay, I will discuss. Part of speech is just a name given to a word based on the work it does in a sentence. Understand it? Means it is just only a name is given to a word in a sentence, and we give that name to that word according to its function in the sentence. In the way, parts of speech is just as a person, like a teacher, a singer, a lawyer, a doctor, etc. In the same way, as a word is like a noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, etc. As you know that just as a teacher has a special role or a special job in the society, in a similar way, a noun has a special job in a sentence. So, now we can say that part of speech tell us how a word is used in a sentence. Okay? How a word is used in a sentence. Got it? Okay. Next. In other ways, I again describe it. Words according to their use, that is, according to the work they do in a sentence, are divided into different kinds of classes called part of speech. Means parts of speech are words divided into different kinds or class according to their use. The parts of speech are 8 in number. Okay. However, some modern grammarians say that there are 9 parts of speech. Can you think of it? Parts of speech, their numbers, their names. Okay, I will tell you. These are the 8 parts of speech. First, noun. Second, pronoun. Third, adjective. Fourth, verb. Fifth, adverb. Sixth, preposition. Seventh, conjunction. Eighth, interjection. Okay, these are parts of speech. Okay, I again tell you, parts of speech are 8 in number. Their names: noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Okay, now we will discuss all these parts of speech in details one by one. As I have already told you that each part of speech has a specific use and function in a sentence. Now comes to the noun. What is a noun? A noun is a word that tells about a person, a place, a thing, an animal, or feelings. Okay. Noun. It tells about a person like Ashok, Geeta, Sita, Monica, etc. Place like Rohtak, Hisar, Karnal, London, Los Angeles, etc. It also tells about things, name of the things like book, table, chair, ball, bat, ball, etc. It also tells about animals like dog, cow, cat, ox. It also tells about feelings or ideas like honor, honesty, brotherhood, bravery, etc. Okay, so what is a noun? Noun is a word that tells us about a person, a place, a thing, an animal, or feelings or ideas. Now comes to the examples. Now we discuss it through example. Like in the sentence, Geeta is a singer. Got it? In this sentence, the highlighted words Geeta and singer both are nouns. What this noun tells? The name. Means what is the name? Geeta. Okay. Comes to the next sentence. New Delhi is the capital of India. In this sentence, highlighted words New Delhi and India are nouns. Here New Delhi is the name of a place. Okay. The next sentence, the dog is in the park. Here the dog and the park means the highlighted words are noun, name of a animal. The next, honesty is the best policy. Honesty is the best policy. Here honesty and policy both are highlighted. It means they are noun. Which noun? What tells about? About our feelings, ideas. Okay, got it? Once again, what is a noun? A noun which tells us about a person, place, or a thing, an idea, or an animal. Good. Now we move to next. Next is pronoun. What is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. Sometimes when we do not want to use a noun, in lieu of that we use a pronoun. Okay, what is pronoun? A word that takes the place of a noun. It is also used to avoid repeating the same word again and again. It means pronouns make our writing very beautiful. If we use a word again and again, repeat it again and again, our writing becomes monotonous. To avoid this, we use pronouns in place of a noun. You can see that in this picture different types of pronouns like first person, second person, third person. Okay. For example, Rosie is absent because she is ill. Here in this sentence, the highlighted word she is a pronoun. Why she is used here? Actually in this sentence she is used in place of Rosie. The real sentence is Rosie is absent because Rosie is ill. Here Rosie is repeated. To avoid this repetition, we use she in place of Rosie. Next sentence. Ashok is in the kitchen. He is cooking. Here He is the highlighted word. It is a pronoun. Why we use it? Because in real, there are two sentences. Ashok is in the kitchen. In the next, Ashok is cooking. Means we repeat the word Ashok. So to avoid this repetition, we use he in place of Ashok. So what is a pronoun? Pronoun is a word that is used in place of a noun. Here is a list of some personal pronouns. Personal pronouns means that is used for a person. Personal subject pronoun. It means that the pronouns or the personal pronouns which are used as a subject, like I, you, he, she, it, we, they, etc. Next is personal object pronoun. Means personal pronouns which are used as an object. For example, me, you, him, her, us, them. Next is possessive pronoun. Possessive pronouns means pronouns that possess, show our possession, or we may call our ownership, like mine, yours, his, hers, ours. These are personal pronouns. So again, I repeat, what is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word that is used in place of a noun. It's called pronoun. Got it? So now move to the next. Next is adjective. An adjective is a word used to describe or to add something to the meaning of a noun or pronoun. Means it is a describing word. What he describes? He describes about a noun or a pronoun. For example, Ashok is a brave boy. In this sentence, the highlighted word brave is an adjective. How it described? Suppose the sentence is Ashok is a boy. Ashok is a boy. Which type of boy? We use an adjective brave. Ashok is a brave boy. Ashok is a tall boy. Ashok is a courteous boy. Ashok is a bold boy. In the next sentence, Anu is driving a black car. Which type of car? Black car. Maybe a small car, a long car, a blue car, a red car. Here the highlighted word black is an adjective. It describes car. So what is an adjective? An adjective is a word used to describe or add something to the meaning of a noun or pronoun. Okay, our next part of speech is verb. What is a verb? Some people call it action words. Action words or verbs are the same thing. Verb. Verb is a word that shows an action, a state or an event. For example, London is a big city. Here is the highlighted word is verb. In the next sentence, we played football. Here the highlighted word play is verb. In the next sentence, he is angry. Here is the verb. In the next sentence, I am tired. Here am is works or functions like a verb. These are also called be type of verb. What is the B type of verb? Like is, am, are, was, were, being, been. Okay. Verbs have different tenses, which indicates means verbs have different tenses, and these tenses indicate something. What they indicate? They indicate time. This type of time, time past or present or future. They also indicate aspect, means completed or continuous, mean the action is completed or action is still going on. All these things is expressed by the tense of the verb. Okay, understand it? Our next part of speech is adverb. What is an adverb? An adverb is a word to add something to the meaning of a verb, an adjective, another adverb, or even a whole sentence. Okay? Means adverb qualify or add something to the meaning of nearly all parts of speech, mainly verb, adjective, adverb, whole sentence, or even a preposition. For example, Lily is very beautiful. Here in this sentence, where is an adverb. Lily is beautiful. Okay, beautiful is an adjective, and where is an adverb. It qualifies an adjective. Aravir is running fast. If suppose Aravir is running, and then there is fast, the highlighted word, means it is an adverb. Here this adverb fast adds something to the meaning of the verb run. How Aditya is running? Fast, slow, quickly, etc. In the next sentence, Sushma is very tired. Here, very is an adverb. In the next, Aryavir is running very fast. Here, look at this sentence. Running very fast. Here in this sentence, very is an adverb. Fast is also an adverb. But here, adverb very modify or add something to the meaning of fast. Aravir is running fast, very fast, very fast. Okay? In the next sentence, unfortunately, he missed the train and was late to attend marriage of attend his brother's marriage. Here, the word, unfortunately, the highlighted word is adverb, and it modify or it adds something to the meaning of the whole sentence. Okay? Now you can think that both adjective and adverbs describe other words. Maybe it makes some confusion, which one is adjective or which one is adverb. Both describe other words. So don't be confused. Let me explain. They both means adverb and adjective are used to add information to something else. To something else means anything else. But the main difference is adjective to describe nouns only, and adverb describe everything else, means everything else except noun, like verb, adjective, adverb, and the whole sentence. Got it? Understand the difference between adjective and adverb? Okay, once again I explain it. Adjective adjective describe only nouns, and adverb everything else except nouns. Okay, now we can move towards our next part of speech, and that is preposition. What is preposition? What its use? Preposition means place before meaning a thing that we can use before a thing or before a word, that is before a noun or a pronoun. It usually comes before the noun or noun phrase. Preposition can do two basic things. First, they can add an idea of time or moment to a noun, means they can tell us about the time or moment or place. For example, on Monday. Here, on is a preposition. What it tells about time. In the corner. Here, the preposition is the highlighted word in. What it tells about place. Near the park. Here, the highlighted word near is a preposition. So, in these sentences, on, in, near, these are prepositions. There are many examples of preposition like at. Secondly, preposition can connect other words to a noun or a pronoun. Understand it? Means it connects two words. Adjective and adverb describe words, describe noun pronouns. Here, preposition connect other words to a noun or a pronoun. For example, the verb depend and preposition on. The preposition on connect the verb depend to the object of the verb. For example, he depends on his father. Here, in this sentence, the highlighted word on is a preposition. It connects the verb depend to the object of the verb. What is the object of the verb here? His father. We may also call it prepositional object because he depends on what? His father. So, the word on, or we may say that the preposition on connect, depend and his father. So it works like a connector here. Usually the noun or a pronoun phrases goes after the prepositions. Means preposition is used mainly before noun or noun phrases or pronouns. However, there are sometimes the preposition can be linked to a noun or pronoun earlier in a sentence. For example, what does it depend on? Got it? Okay. Now we move toward our next part of speech, and that is conjunction. Can you think of conjunction? What a conjunction is? What is the function of a conjunction? Let me explain. Conjunctions can join or connect two things. Main point is it works, functions like a connector. It connects two things. What two things? Which type of things? It can connect two words. It can connect two phrases. It can connect two sentences. It can connect two clauses. Means its main role is to connect something. For example, it can connect two words. I will give an example of this. She likes cake and biscuits. Here in this sentence, cake and biscuits are joined by a connector and, which we call it a conjunction. Here the conjunction is and. It connects the words cake and biscuits. The next sentence, we may say that a conjunction can connect two phrases. For example, do you want to go now or wait till evening? In this sentence, the conjunction is or, and it connects two phrases. Which phrases? Go now and wait till evening. Here these are two phrases, and the conjunction or connect these two phrases. We can also use a conjunction to connect two clauses. For example, I ran fast but missed the bus. Here the conjunction but join two clauses. First, I ran fast is a main clause. I missed the bus, the secondary clause, maybe subordinate clause. In the next sentence, I am very tired, so I want to sleep. In this sentence, so is a connector. A connect I am very tired and I want to sleep. Okay, means what is a conjunction? A conjunction is a word which connect two things. These two things may be two words, two phrases, or two clauses. Now comes to the next part of speech, and that is interjection. What is interjection? What is its function? Interjections are small words without any real grammatical value. It means it have no grammatical importance. It also are different because they are not normally part of a sentence. Means they are different from noun, pronoun, verb and verbs in the way that normally we don't use interjections. But what its functions? Interjections are words or phrases which show how we feel or some certain feelings or our emotions. For example, alas, hooray, brr, wow, etc. are examples of conjunctions. Now, for example, sentence, wow, what a picture. In this sentence, the interjection wow, which shows our feelings of surprise. Next, damn, I missed the train. In this sentence, the conjunction is damn. What it express, what it shows, it express disappointment. It express frustration. Next example, please don't talk. Here the interjection is and what it shows, it expresses what? To ask people to be quiet. Next example, hooray, I won the match. Here the interjection is hooray. What it expresses? It expresses a feeling of happiness. Got it? So what is an interjection? An interjection is a word that show our certain feelings or emotions. Okay, these are all parts of speech will we discuss one by which we have discussed one by one. Now once again, in a recapitulation, in a nutshell, I once again repeat all the parts of speech. Means first noun, second pronoun, third adjective, fourth verb, fifth adverb, sixth preposition, seventh conjunction, eighth interjection. Okay, these are all parts of speech. Now we'll discuss something more. However, some modern grammarians also say that parts of speech are not 8 but 9. They say that determiners are also parts of speech. Determiners like and, the, this, that, some, any, every, each, etc. are determiners, and they can also be functions like parts of speech. as we know that words are divided into different classes according to the work they do in a sentence. It is clear that we cannot say to which part of speech a word belongs unless we see it in a sentence. It means that there is no any category or class that we can say that this is only a noun, this is only a pronoun, this is only a verb or adverb. Means it all the words can function differently in a sentence, and we identify them and give them different names only because of their function, because of their job which they do in a sentence. For example, they arrived soon after, means they arrived soon after. Here the word after is an adverb in the same word in next sentence. Look at, they arrived after us. Here after same word, but here it works like a preposition. They arrived after they arrived after we had left. Here the same word after works like a conjunction, means after same word it also works like a adverb, like a preposition or a conjunction. I think you got it. Now dear students, as you all know that the topic parts of speech is very important for grammatical point of view. We can call it the base, foundations of English. So please go through these parts of speech and work on it. You really enjoy it and make your grammar strong. Thanks a lot. Thank you.